Hey everybody, good Monday morning. Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich here. Big changes on the way, and it's all going to happen on Halloween. I know we'll get lots of questions about rain. Good news on that standpoint. We need the rain. I wish we get a lot more, but it is not going to impact trick-or-treating. So don't get scared off by looking at your app or these other things. The big story is going to be the cold temperature. So let's get right to the cold front, which is really going to show you what's happening. This is the cold front. You could see it heading our way. There is a lot of moisture with it right now, but as it gets to the east, there's just less and less moisture for it to work with. I do expect rain on Tuesday, but a lot of it's going to be in the morning till about lunchtime, and then we get into the afternoon and evening hours, that rain should move out. Will it be completely gone? Probably for the most part, but there could be some areas of drizzle or mist. There's certainly no washout, no heavy rain, nothing that's going to be like an all-day type of setup. So don't get worried about the rain chances tomorrow. We actually could use a lot more than what we're going to see. There's the cold front. I mean, that is just stunning when you look at the amount of cold air that's moving in. We'll probably tie a record high today. The record high is 84. We tied it yesterday at 83, so pretty good chance we'll tie it today. And that while we're not going to see record lows, that's not exactly how cold it is behind this front. We could see some of those interesting, what we call record low minimums, which means record low cold high temperatures. So low 50s on Wednesday could be pretty close to that, but you can see the dramatic change. I mean, that is a huge cold front. We'll be up in the 80s again today. It's going to feel like spring, and then tomorrow the bottom's going to drop out. Let me quickly show you the temperature forecast quickly from today through tomorrow. Okay, so today we're in the low to mid 80s, and then look at the drop. Tomorrow will be a weird day where the high temperature is going to be whatever it is at midnight tonight. So at midnight tonight, I expect it to be in the low to mid 60s, so that will be the high for your Tuesday. The low temperature is going to be what it is at 11:59 p.m. tomorrow night before midnight. So when you see the high and low temperature, it's really deceiving. A lot of apps give you the wrong low temperature. They give you the temperature for the next day instead of for that day. And you were typically used to seeing the high temperature happen in the afternoon and the low temperature in the morning. Tomorrow it's going to be flip-flop. The high temperature is going to happen while you're sleeping, and the low temperature is going to happen while you're probably out trick-or-treating with your kids. That's the kind of cold air heading our way. So let's get right to the future cast and kind of time out this rain. I'll show you exactly when it moves in. All right, so let's time out this rain for tomorrow. So clearly the cold front's coming in. It's going to arrive sometime after midnight into the early morning hours. So we'll go through today. Could even see some showers make it to the mountains this evening. So just a heads up for folks in the mountains. I wouldn't be surprised to see a few sprinkles or showers after dinner time tonight. But we get into the overnight hours. You can see some of the rain moving in. This is at 9 p.m. tonight. Again, look how scattered the rain is. It is pretty isolated. So even some rain before midnight tonight. We go into the wee hours of the morning. It does look like a secondary surge of moisture for when you wake up. So when you wake up on Halloween morning, you're going to see rain. Temperatures are going to be plummeting. It's going to be chilly. As we get into the middle of the day, we'll stop this right around 1 o'clock. You can kind of see the back edge is already starting to push through. And by the time we get to about 3 o'clock, you know, the heavy stuff's already gone and the cold air is rushing in. So what's happening is cold, dry air is filtering in. Even though the front is here, the mechanism for the rain is going to be some moisture trying to ride up and over the cool air. Remember, the cold air is really shallow, so it'll be a weird situation where the cold, the shallow air comes in first, and then warm air is still trying to ride up and over it. But you can see by the time we get to trick-or-treating time, I expect from around Raleigh to Columbia, the back edge of the rain, and this will likely be dry with maybe a sprinkle, and it gets better. I mean, as time, you could see going east that the sprinkles are pretty much light across the Charlotte area. The heavier rain in eastern North Carolina, South Carolina. So sorry for folks there. You're probably going to be dealing with rain for trick-or-treating, but on the backside you won't. Also notice, yeah, this air is so cold. Yeah, that is snow possibly moving into the mountains early on Wednesday morning. Would not be shocked to see some snow flurries to wake up on the first day of November. Not out of the ordinary for this time of year. And then the cold air settles in and we get ready for possibly the first widespread frost or freeze of the season for just about everybody. So if we break down the rain chances tomorrow, you can see right here, I'm going to put the cursor over. So they peak around 40% in the middle of the day, and then by trick-or-treating time, dropping down to about 10 or 11, 12%. So clearly the middle of the day is going to be the main rain chance, and then it gets better as evening. Let's talk about temperatures quickly. So as I mentioned, today we'll possibly have a record high. The record's 84. We'll be close to tying. Anything you see a circle, that means there's close to a record high. The squares mean one of those record low, cold, high temperatures. So you can see today, low 80s. Tomorrow, we're in the mid 50s as the cold air moves in. But the real cold stuff is Wednesday. So Wednesday, you see some of these square boxes. These are temperatures. These are the highs, by the way, not the lows. The highs for Wednesday could barely be cracking 50, and that could be close to a record low maximum, we call. So basically the coldest high temperature for that date. Their overnight lows will be pretty chilly as well. We go into Thursday, we're back in the mid 50s, so a couple days in the 50s. And then by the time we get to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're back in the 60s and 70s. So it's not all crazy cold. We are going to see a return to even a little bit above normal because the average high is now in the upper 60s, so low 70s. Let's talk about the low temperatures, though. I'm going to talk about those because the low temperatures, again, will be approaching probably a freezing mark in many areas, especially on Wednesday morning. So this is Wednesday morning. A couple spots could be close to record lows, but I do expect the first widespread freeze of the season for the Carolinas inland areas away from the coast on Wednesday and possibly again on Friday morning. So 2 mornings in a row, Thursday and Friday morning, where we're close to the freezing mark. That's close to our average first date, which is November 8th for Charlotte. So just be prepared. If you have the vegetable garden still going or those tender plants, this is the first real legit widespread freeze of the season. We'll likely see freeze warnings and watches issued at some point today or tomorrow for the middle of the week. So good news, we're going to see the rain out of here in time for trick-or-treating, but just prepare the kiddos now because it is going to be brutally cold as we go into the evening hours, and there'll be some wind on top of that.